Treasure Mountain Scout Camp is there in Teton Canyon at the base of the Grand Teton. It is one of the most beautiful settings you can ever imagine. As you're at the campfire bowl, you look in front of you and you're so close you can only see the Grand Teton and Table Rock. You look to the south and there's a 200-foot waterfall that we call Big Widdison just plummeting down the cliffs coming into the camp. You look to the left and there's 12 wonderful outcroppings along the canyon wall that we call the 12 Warriors. And then behind you, you have wonderful pine trees and a mountain lake. When I was a boy working there on staff, I would never go home on the weekend. The family only had one car and it was just too difficult to do that. And I didn't mind. I loved being up there at camp. And every Sunday morning when I'd open up the tent flaps, there was like a new set of wildflowers that seemed to have just burst overnight, of just wonderful colors. And I just felt it was such a great privilege to be up there and see all of the wonders that God has created for us to enjoy here on the earth. And Treasure Mountain just means a lot to me because it was the first year of camp was 1936, and that was the year my dad was born. And so that's always been easy for me to remember. And my grandfather, he was a scout leader, and he took his boys there, including my dad. And then my dad served there on staff. I went there as a boy, and later was able to be on staff there at camp and for a junior leader training program, and went through my OA ordeal, brotherhood, and vigil ceremonies there at camp. When I got older and had my family, we moved away to Washington and then down to Utah, and I was afraid that my son wouldn't have that opportunity to have that love and connection with Treasure Mountain. But as fate would have it, I was lucky enough to be hired at the Grand Teton Council and work there. And my son went there for his first year at Scout Camp, and he later served on staff there and with the Junior Leader Training Program. And so we have 4 generations associated with that camp. And when I was able to be the camp director there, it was just wonderful. And then later I was able to be camp director there again when my son was on staff. And my daughter was there as well on staff. And that was just a wonderful experience to be able to be there as a camp director again and also work with my own children and see their love of the camp and of nature and of God continue to increase in that wonderful place.